All right, guys. So I've got Michael on the channel, and it's an absolute privilege to have him on this channel. Me and Michael have gone a long way back in terms of discussing what he does in the space. He's a very, I would say, focused individual around his company, AI Partners, and he's very motivated to pass on the next set of, regulation to people to hear him out in terms of what he's doing in the space. And he's a keen advocate for good regulatory guidance, good regulatory body to show that, the UK must keep, up to date with what is going on with AI. And I think there's no better place where AI Partners really does stand out to me as a company that is going places. So, Michael, it's great to have you.
Thank you for having me on board, Nazareth. Always a pleasure to be on these types of things, and hopefully your community feels value from this.
Yeah. So, we've gone a long way back, Michael. You're a keen advocate in the blockchain and crypto space, a little bit like myself, as well as AI technology. And first things first is what motivated you to, well, first tell me a bit about yourself.
I don't know. Where do I begin? I guess I've always been a keen advocate of regulation. When I went into the city,
Yeah.
uh, I wanted to, follow in my father's footsteps. He had been in corporate finance and sort of found a niche in compliance and sort of built up from there. I like the structure and order it gives, but also you're always in the middle between the law and the practical side of the business. So you have to understand the regulations and contextualize them, and then sort of built from there. What brought me into crypto, I guess, is wanted to learn to try something new and diversify. I think traditional asset classes, a lot of the compliance mechanisms and measures there are pretty tried and tested. So I thought I would try and have a go in something which I had no prior knowledge of and just kind of threw myself in there. And that's belief, a keen advocate of the only way you learn is by putting yourself under pressure. And this is a daily process. It's
Yeah.
not prescribed. It's constantly putting yourself under pressure.
Yeah, it's always under pressure in this community. And with so much rapid developments happening around AI technology and crypto and blockchain, there's so much going on in this space. Do you feel like sometimes it can be a little bit sort of overwhelming and trying to keep up to the news sort of thing?
I think it's always overwhelming, and smarter minds than myself have I think abdicated the phrase the only certainty is change. So if you believe that, then it becomes a lot easier because you expect change and you can evolve to it. Whereas if you plant yourself very rigidly and expecting the world to revolve around you,
Over,
then
yeah.
you're not gonna go far. So I think it's a different environment than certainly it was 10, 20 years ago. And certainly, our ancestors. But I think the only certainty is change, and embrace it. Embrace change, embrace uncertainty, and run straight into it. Obviously, with
Yeah.
the level of due diligence and research you need to do.
Amazing. What a great answer. So my next question is what motivated you and excited you to grow AI Partners? What was the aha moment for you in terms of this is something I want to do and this is something I'm seriously taking of doing?
Well, the actual business idea and the genesis of this is my business partner, Sean. So Sean is an ex-tech accountant with KPMG. He's done SOC 1, SOC 2 audits and ISAE 3402 3000, did a lot of work with tech companies and helped manage an IPO. And he spotted an opportunity with this when he was doing work with GDPR. And he saw not only the regulations were similar, but also the trajectory of AI, and thought this is going to be something in the future. So when he approached me in 2021 with the proposition, I thought this is brilliant because it combines. He was looking for someone with regulatory compliance expertise and a knowledge of, technology and loosely defined. Because we work with a lot of tech specialists, and it's something which I thought I would happily go on this journey with him. And we both bring different skills to the
You
table,
haven't
but
looked back, have you? In that
it was
sense.
his vision, and his sort of foresight that's brought us together. An amazing journey that we're on.
Amazing. And so tell us, my audience, about what does AI Partners do, and give us a little bit of like an insight of what the company does.
So AI Partners is a professional services firm for companies subject to the EU AI Act. So we provide a plethora of services around the EU AI Act, predominantly consultancy and
Mhm.
compliance software. What that what it the key thing here is the EU AI Act. So it's the world's first regulation on AI, which affects anyone using, developing, or deploying AI systems in the EU. And the main thing that we've done is build a RegTech tool called
Right.
Authorus. Being a well-read man like yourself, you probably remember that Authorus is in Greek mythology is the two-headed dog that is the defender.
Right.
So we thought we would have a RegTech tool that defends companies because of what it does is it identifies AI systems in the data infrastructure, pulls them in into an inventory, and then risk classifies them under the EU AI Act. And then on the back of that, with our strategic partners, we can do consultancy pieces and help with implementation. But the key thing here is we spot an opportunity where companies said they didn't know how many AI systems they had, and they didn't know what risk categories we've
Right.
what the risk categories are. So those are the problems, and our solution is the RegTech tool known as Authorus.
Wow. And so every company now is probably measuring their risk appetite in terms of, how fast this technology is moving. And do you feel like they're keeping up to date with all this?
Well, companies all, they have a lot of resources and they have dedicated personnel, horizon scanning, this type of thing. But I think you really need to keep on top of this and have specialist people. And we've been doing this for over 2.5 years, and we are building products, tools, solutions, techniques, etc. We're doing research into
Yeah.
this. So we are very well embedded with the AI community and our respective professional network. So I think that gives us a competitive edge. So when we work with these types of companies, we can offer them something which they do not have in-house.
Amazing. There's so much more to learn about AI, and I'm already enjoying this video interview with yourself, Michael. So tell us, do you see any concerns happening with the technology itself, and how can AI partners mitigate this?
Well, very, very good question. The technology is constantly evolving, and I think we're at the precipice of a wave. I think if you probably read the book The Coming Wave, where Mustafa Suleiman talks about how every wave of innovation in human history is underpinned by general purpose technology, which this
Yeah.
is. We've barely scratched the surface. So most people are pretty, including myself, very amazed by
By
the
how
capabilities
fast it's moving
of
as well.
AI.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's moving fast, and we have barely scratched the surface. So you've got artificial general intelligence, which is one of the next frontiers, and then you have artificial super intelligence. So depending on how the pace of change, and this is what governments are looking to help address the risks
Yeah.
emanating from these. We barely scratch the surface. What we do is we allow companies to understand their risks and help them mitigate them and address them. Because if you don't know what risk level your system is, or risk levels your systems are fall under, then you don't know how to address them. So it's really understanding. And when we talk about risk, these are the risks that an AI system poses to the safety, security, and fundamental rights of individuals.
Amazing. And do you see that, with that process, AI is going to get a lot more, like you say, intelligent, and it's going through a certain process. Do you think companies also need to be more intelligent in terms of handling their risks?
I'd say they're doing a lot. I've seen a lot of AI centers of excellence pop up, and people we're talking to, they're very on top of it. But they've got a lot of different things they have to contend with, a lot of other regulations, business, commercial priorities. So they're always going to need a bit of help. And I think they're doing a lot, but people could always do more. But
Yeah.
it's what are the priorities and what are the high impact areas? But as you probably saw in the last week with the AI Safety Summit, AI regulation is at the forefront of business leaders and national um, worldwide leaders' thoughts. And with the EUA Act expected to be enacted on the 6th of December, these next few weeks are going to be very interesting.
Wow. So speaking about regulation, and as why we're in this topic, it's of general importance that regulation is done the right way, and that we regulate the risks, the potential hazards, and try to mitigate them in every sort of way as we can. Where does AI partners stand with regulation? You just touched upon it, like with the act coming up on 6th of December. Where do you stand with this whole process?
On board with it, here to help. I mean,
Yeah,
we build solutions around the EUA Act, and we'll be able to leverage those to the other regulations as when they come into force. In the same way that GDPR was the global blueprint for data protection legislation, we envisage the same thing happening with the EUA Act and AI worldwide. And it's likely that there's going to be some harmonization and cross-border elements. So I'll delve into your world here for a bit. So with crypto being cross-border or digital assets and the technology underpinning it, for us, the harmonization that will likely occur will the common
yeah, it
the
will
common
coincide. Hmm.
common framework is likely to be the EUAI Act. So we've already done a lot of work with both private and public sector organizations on that basis.
Amazing. Um, where do you see the technical developments happening with AI partners? I mean, what are the leading components that will drive your business forward, and why should they choose you rather than someone else?
Technical elements will be anything to do with helping risk management tools and reg tech. As I mentioned, Authorus is a leading reg tech tool. We've been acknowledged by some pretty big organizations, and a lot of forthcoming news to be released in Q4. So please stay tuned on this. Why should they choose us? We've been going for 2.5 years. We've built strategic partnerships with some of the world's largest law firms and AI governance providers, and we have a reg tech tool that is tried and tested and proven for similar regulations. And we have dedicated SMEs on this, which gives us the ability not only be specialized expert knowledge, but nimble and agile and understanding the market. Sean himself, like I said, his background with the Big Four and managing big level projects, knows how these work. And I believe this gives us an unparalleled advantage to others. That being said, the partnership model has got us, has enabled us to get this far. We believe in working with people so that there's enough slice of the market to work with people, and it's not about creating a monopolistic structure.
Amazing. What a great interview, Michael, to hear all about AI partners and, find out more about what you do. And we were meaning to do this for some time, and we're here now sort of doing it. And that's the most important thing. Just going to touch up on the last couple of questions. Where do you see yourself in 2024?
Very busy helping companies comply with the EUAI Act.
And where do you see yourself in the European framework of AI? Is it something way that you're sort of looking into those markets, or are you predominantly focused in the UK?
Well, it's an EU regulation with extraterritorial applications, so working closely with businesses
Mhm.
uh, in both markets, but also the public sector. We also, we have dialogue and contacts with people at the European Commission and senior levels, public organizations. So we want to be the bridge between industry and education. Industry, education, and governments. So we want to be, a lot of initiatives we're building
Front
at
of
the
that.
moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of initiatives we're building at the moment is to enable everyone to know that we're here, we're to help, and we're the one-stop shop.
Amazing. Where can we find you, Michael? And where are you very active on social media? Is it mainly on LinkedIn and so forth?
LinkedIn and Twitter, and we're frequently at industry leading events. So we're at the forthcoming FT Future of AI Summit.
Yeah,
My
that's coming up. Mhm.
business partner Sean's going to Spain for the crucial meeting to talk about the technical standards of the EUAI Act. We're pretty active. We we based in London, Singapore, and Amsterdam. So we have a global presence in that sense, and always looking to expand the community.
Anything finally you like to say to sort of tell my audience, and is anything that they should know that we don't know, or we
There's
know? There's always something we know, but yeah,
the unknown. You always have the unknown, so you don't know about that. But I think what I'd like to say is we're here to help.
yeah,
There are dedicated professionals working on this to make sure the best solution on the market, and AI is not going anywhere, and it's going to
no,
be that transformative. So embrace the change, but embrace the capabilities that AI can deliver, because this is the most exciting time to be alive since um
Since the days of the internet, right?
since the days of the internet. And I think there are amazing opportunities. So go out there, grab them, and don't stay positive. Sorry, stay positive. Don't be
Stay
negative.
positive. Yeah. All right, guys, there you go. That's a wrap. It was great to get Michael on the channel, and yeah, you know, me and Michael, we've gone some time back, and I'm very a big supporter of AI partners. So I do suggest you follow them. They are very serious in what they're doing, and I think you know this would be a great way to also connect with Michael. You can find him on LinkedIn, and please reach out to him. Thank you, Michael, for your time.
Thank you, Naz. Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you.